Hello people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. And it's time for another big match preview. This time I got on LUFC Under-23's content creator Matty Ingham. You're going to see a chat between me and him looking ahead to the Crewe game. Of course, there's going to be a big smacking of Under-23s playing, and who better to get than someone that watches them religiously and puts out content for them. I've put the links to all of Matty's channels in the description, as well as a new podcast that will be dropping where he speaks to other 23s content creators from around the Premier League 2 Division 1. So make sure you check that out. Really top guy as well. Absolute pleasure to have him on. Before I do get into that, please smash a like on the stream, subscribe, comment, notification bell, and please as well, guys, vote for me in the best new content creator for the FCAs. We made the cut. We made the cut. Get in there. So myself, Connor at One Leeds, All Leeds TV, the Square Ball, not Focus on Leeds. My apologies, Tom, if you're watching this. Maybe next year. LUFC Fan Zone, the club itself, Calvin Phillips, loads of Leeds United representatives nominated for awards. So please do. Vote for us in that. The link's in the description. If you don't want to vote for all them, it's okay. Just vote for me. I'm only joking. Please do vote for them as well, and make sure you check out Matty's stuff as well. And enjoy this video as we look ahead to Crewe in the Carabao Cup tie round 2. Enjoy the video. Peace out. And this is the moment when I take a stand. Now then, people, so as promised, like I said at the start on the intro, I brought someone along that knew a little bit more about the under-23s than me. I brought Matty Ingham, who does the LUFC Academy Central page, and coming very soon, we'll be dipping into the podcasty video type of world, speaking specifically on the under-23s with, I believe, other under-23s, like content creators from other teams will be facing in Premier League 2, I'd imagine. Is that right, Matty?
Yeah, that's right, mate. So the site's been going about a year now. It started just as a uni project, but, I don't think there's not too many people out there that cover the academy. So, yeah, started that going and looking to do some more videos now. Being on Zoom this morning, just like a simple interview, podcasty type thing with a Spurs guy. And I think that's come out really good. I've just been saying off camera to you about not being the greatest editor, but if you can give that a listen and let me know where I'm going wrong, or if you enjoy it, then that'll be great.
Yeah, of course. I will put the links to all the channels, including the Twitter page, Matty's personal page, and of course the new podcast in the description. So make sure you show some love and check that out. And like I say, we do need them people, Matty, that have a better understanding of what's going on at the academy. I love my football club. I from the outside, people, can see that. However, I have a limited knowledge of what's underneath the first team. Of course, I hear little bits about, the signings like your Archie Greenwoods, of course, Lewis Bate, for example. But there's a lot of young players coming through that myself and not everyone who watches this will be aware of. And I know, obviously, tomorrow Bielsa will look to mix it up in the cups. That's what we've seen. It'll be largely an under-23 side. So that's why I wanted to get Matty on so we could have a little bit more in-depth chat about that. But before we do that, Matty, let's just have a quick chat about what your thoughts are currently at Leeds United with the transfer window. Are you happy with the business? Are you worried that it looks like we might be done? Where do your thoughts lie on that?
I think we've done some good business. Firpo is a great addition, coming from Barcelona. He might not have settled quite just yet, but obviously will improve. You see that with players like Harrison. He's improved over the years with Bielsa, and as is every single player. If we were being greedy, I think at the start of the window, I definitely would have said, I want a midfielder, I want a winger. But we're expecting a few youngsters to come through, like you've mentioned about the young lads. I think Somerville will come in this season and play some minutes. Gellhart might play some minutes this season. Drame. They're all lads that can possibly step up. And then you're looking at Rodrigo to have a better season than last season. I think if he gets going this season, he could be like a new signing himself. So, I don't think we're desperate for money, and desperate for players, and we definitely don't want to go around wasting money. We spent a lot last season, so I think this season we've replaced Alioski with Firpo, and you know, you're looking at other people to step up rather than bringing in new names and just splashing loads of cash. So I'm more than content with where we're at, to be fair.
Yeah, and I guess as well that comes with having a better understanding of the players that are underneath that first team, really, because for some of us, like I say, I guess, you know, you'd have been waxing lyrical on Somerville last season, whereas, you know, we're only seeing him in pre-season and everyone's like, get him in the first team, get him in the first team. Of course, we have a little bit of knowledge about him. We all know he was there. But for someone like yourself who's more aware of what's underneath that, I guess you are a little bit more relaxed, because obviously doing daily videos and doing transfer videos, I see a lot of fans worried, okay? And maybe rightly, wrongly, it depends where your head's at. But are you confident with the players under there? And the ones that we brought in at under 23 level, like a Lewis Bay, are you confident that they're ready to make that step up?
You definitely don't want to rush these players, but I think the lads that have been there a year now should be looking to push into the first team this year. So obviously, Bate has just signed. Yeah, he might feature if we make it through in the cup. I don't know if he'll feature tomorrow night. Might be a little bit early, but say we get through against Crewe, he might be ready for the next round. But I think Somerville, Gellart, Greenwood, Drama, these are all players that we brought in last summer. They've had a year in the 23s. They've been training obviously with the first team. They've featured in pre-season. So yeah, I think they're all players that should be looking to step up and play in the Premier League this season.
Good stuff. I do hope that is the case, especially like you mentioned, Cody Drama there. We know about Geldart and Greenwood, so hopefully. But I suppose with Drama though as well, he's got Shackleton to sort of get past as well, hasn't he? Really, because Shackleton obviously got minutes at the weekend in that Everton game. Just on Everton as well, while we're on, Matty, what did you make, mate? Happy with the performance?
Yeah, definitely. I think showed good spirit and good character to come back after Old Trafford. We know that we do have quite a good history of responding well to defeats under Bielsa. So, you know, obviously shows the character of the squad. Maybe boosted as well by the fans. I think it's probably fair to say wanted to put on a good performance and a good reaction, having everybody back inside Ellen Road. But yeah, I think we were good. I was quite impressed with Everton as well. I thought they were quite a solid side. Obviously Benitez, he knows what he's doing. So they set up well. 4-4-2 has historically caused us problems under Bielsa, but yeah, I thought we handled it quite well. An even game, definitely. I probably would have taken a point before the game, but yeah, definitely a fair result, I think.
Yeah, I think on Benitez, I always think any manager that can get Newcastle towards the top half of the Premier League is a great manager, in my opinion, to be fair. He is a great manager, and I think Everton will have a good season. So maybe in a couple of weeks' time, when Everton have beat a few more teams, we'll look back and say, actually, that was a really good point.
Exactly.
It's funny. Yeah, you mentioned the fans there. We'll move on to Crewe now. Like, it's going to be a full capacity crowd for Carabao Cup time. Like, how insane is that, first of all, Matty, like for us to fill it out? 36,000, like there on a Tuesday night to see the under-23s. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. There's been obviously an increase in demand and popularity in the 23s since the success last season and like the first team players dropping down and stuff. But, you know, people know it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of under-23 lads involved. It's not obviously going to be a full under-23 team, but you know, for that excitement to come and watch what they know is not going to be a full strength team, it's pretty incredible. And 36,000 on a Tuesday night for Crewe, and I don't think there's not many clubs that would sell out for a Tuesday night against Crewe. Definitely not.
No, definitely not. And how do you? I guess we'll touch on who you think's going to make the grid and who's going to play in a second, but how do you think the under-23s will react to playing in that atmosphere?
I think it varies on individuals. You know, some of them might take 10, 20 minutes to settle into the game and, you know, get used to the surroundings. But I think they all know what club they're at. They know what support this club has famously got. So, you know, I'm sure they know what they're in for. I'm sure they're excited by it. You look at players like Somerville. I always feel like attacking players would likely thrive off it more because they're normally like the creative ones. Maybe a little bit cockier, not in a bad way, but, you know, a bit more confident. And then, like, the defenders may be the ones that might be a bit more nervous because it's more like if you make a mistake, then you're in trouble as a defender. But, that's quite a generalisation, but, you know, we'll see. But I don't think any of them will be they won't be frightened to death. I'm sure they'll be excited.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned them little. Not everyone will have picked this up, but where I sit in the Kop, I'm right in the corner, and in the second half, when we were shooting towards the Kop, the first corner that we got, Rafinha ran over to get the ball, and he was grinning. He was like laughing, visibly laughing, because you could see he was reacting. You know, that the next one it stopped. But I think that just that initial thing of him running over, he were like, wow, like, do you know what I mean? It is a big thing. And like you said, them attacking players do definitely thrive on it, especially if they beat a man and the crowd goes up. It would just make you grow as an individual. Like, give me the ball, definitely. Give me the ball, give me the ball. You know, we've seen that from Rafinha. He was unbelievable in that second half. He just got better and better. So on the lineup then, who do you expect to be in there? What are you thinking? Are we going to get largely under 23s, or will it be a mix of both? Where do you think?
Yeah, I think it'll be a mix. I think probably Forshaw will play. I think maybe Costa. Probably Klaassen will play, he was on the bench on Saturday against Everton. Firpo probably. He's not. Obviously, he's not. Yeah, he's not played 90 minutes yet, has he? I could see Firpo playing. He went. What did he go off after on the other day? Was it about 60?
Something like that. He started to look a bit like positionally unaware, and Iwobi was getting in, and when Iwobi's getting past you, there's something wrong because he's rubbish. So
I'd expect Firpo to play. I think it's an ideal game for Firpo to play. We probably won't see Rafinha, Harrison, Bamford.
Right. So what we'll do then, Matty? Why don't we go through the lineup then? So if we think Christopher Klaassen, he's a shoo-in for going in goal. Who do you think will play at right back?
I think Drama or Shackleton at right back for me.
Yeah. If you had to push for one,
Firpo at left back. Oh, if I had to push for one, I'd love to see Drama get some first team minutes, and then maybe you can always play Shackleton in midfield, because I do want to see Shackleton as well. But I'd love to see Drama get some first team minutes. I think he's ready for that step up physically. I think he's very good. He's quick. He's strong. I just do want to see Drama get some first team minutes.
And you said Firpo left back. So do you think what do you think will happen at centre back? Obviously, I'd imagine Crewe will start. He hasn't got like a long-term partner yet for the under-23s, has he? They're looking to bring in the Hajeldi, is it, from Celtic?
Yeah. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but he's the one.
Leo Hajeldi is what I've gone for, mate.
I think he's going to come in, isn't he? According to Phil this morning, anyway. I think he'll be a good addition. I think he's left-footed as well, so a bit more balance. I think next to Cresswell, I don't think Kenner will play. I just think that's too much of a risk to play two under-23 centre halves. So I think it'd be Cresswell, and depends on Cock's fitness. I think Cock will play if he's available. If not, it might just be Struijk or Cooper. I don't think it really matters either way for them. I think maybe because of Cooper's injury record, I think you probably would rather play Struijk. Cresswell and Struijk, I could see that working.
Yeah, that'd be a real look into the future as well. Who would play midfield for you, mate? Do you think will we see Calvin or?
Yeah, Calvin's an interesting one because he obviously didn't play at Old Trafford. He said himself after Saturday his own fitness levels need improving. Yeah. Whether Calvin keeps his place, and obviously you do want some first team lads in, don't you, to help the younger lads. So I think, Calvin might play, I think.
Yeah, we've got Adam Forshaw will play in there as well. What do we think on the wings? I'm guessing down that right hand side, will it be Somerville?
Yeah, I'd love to see Somerville. I think Somerville, Harrison, although he's played the last two, he looks pretty fit and pretty sharp as Harrison. So I don't think it'd affect him too badly to play another game on Tuesday. Hopefully Harrison, and like we say about wanting the first team lads in. Plus, I think there's been a lot of talk of Firpo and Harrison sort of developing this partnership if they're going to be the long-term left-hand side. And I expect Firpo to play. Maybe Harrison will play as well, just to help that partnership sort of form together.
So who do we expect to lead the line then? Would it be Greenwood, or is Geldart still fit? What's going on with Geldart?
Yeah, Geldart played against Palace last week in the opening PL2 game, and I was quite surprised because he missed the last couple of weeks of pre-season with an injury. I don't think he didn't go to Ajax, did he? I don't think, and then he didn't play in he didn't play in the under-23s last friendly against Manchester City. So I was quite surprised to see Gellert play last week against Palace. But yeah, he seems to be fit now, so Gellert might play. I think Greenwood will possibly play in midfield, sort of as a 10. There's a lot of options in midfield, like whether Calvin plays or whether it's Forshaw as the number 4, whether Shackleton plays in midfield or he could play at right back, and then Greenwood another option in midfield as well. So yeah, I'm not sure how they'll work that, but Gellert possibly could start up front, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, do you expect then, obviously, Bielsa, there's a lot made about his cups, and does he really put that much emphasis on it? But I think back to the result against Hull, the result against Crawley last season, the level of under-23s, I don't think was anywhere close to what we've got now. You know, the names you've just mentioned there, Geldart, Greenwood, Bate, Somerville. I would expect these lads to do all right in the early rounds, especially with a few, first team players in there chucked in, as you say, like a Forshaw, maybe a Calvin, Strauch at the back, Firpo. I expect them to go well. Do you expect Bielsa to adopt this all the way through the competition if we were to get into the later rounds? Do you see it as he sees that as being an under-23s, I guess, breeding ground?
Possibly, but then you get the further on you get, the harder the position gets, and it also depends what other clubs have done. You might look at say we draw, I don't know, Manchester City or Tottenham further down the line, someone like that. If they've been playing the 23s all through the tournament, you might think, all right, yeah, we'll keep a younger side in. But I don't know. The closer you get to the trophy, it might start to appeal to them a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you get to the quarterfinals, it might be like, right, okay, then we're almost there now. Let's just go for it and play a full strength team. Also depends on how busy the fixture list as well at that time. It depends on a lot of things, but I certainly think if we get through against Crewe and then you maybe play another couple of lower league sides, yeah, it's a great opportunity for the young lads to get some experience. Also, it's going to be different to that Crawley game, away from home on. I don't want to make excuses for him because it really was far from good enough, that game against Crawley. But the pitch was poor. Like, we're going to be at Ellen Road this time. There's going to be fans in. There's going to be a lot more. I don't know. It's a bigger opportunity in it than playing Crawley.
Yeah.
I think playing at Ellen Road in front of a big crowd, I'd expect a better performance. And like you said, those young lads have come along a lot more since then, and so have the first team lads. There's more leaders in the group. Striker's had a lot more game time since then. Calvin has grown so much as a player and as a leader, I think. So yeah, players like that are going to have a bigger influence as well. But like you say, the level of those young lads now, I think Somerville especially ready for first team football. Drama as well. Gelhart, Greenwood, they're all a lot better than they were last year. Yeah. I think out of those 4 that I've just listed, I think only Greenwood actually played against Crawley. But yeah,
it's right though,
a lot better
because
now.
If we look at the under-23s that were probably involved in, I can't remember off the top of the head, but a lot of them aren't with the football club anymore, are they? You know what I mean? They've been moved on, or they've been loaned out, a bit like surplus to requirements, So I do agree with you in that we're much, much stronger, and I expect us to go pretty well in the cups, especially in the early rounds if we do get some lower league opposition.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope we do well. In terms of tomorrow then, who do we really need to be, looking out for? Who do you think, let's say Somerville has an absolute barnstorm, and there's a case he might be used against Burnley,
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think Somerville and Drama are the 2 that I think should really be looking to play first team football. Gellert has had a few injury problems. He's more than good enough. Gellert is probably, I think, especially in the second division last season in the under-23s, he was too good for that level, just way too good for that level. There's going to be more of a test now they're in the top division, but still these boys have to go and look at playing first team football. I think Gellert obviously played some first team football at Wigan. Somerville has played first team football back in Holland before he came here. So I think those 2 definitely are going to be probably the hungriest to go and think, yeah, actually, I've already played first team football. I need to be going and making that step up. Then Drama, for me, I just think physically he's probably one of the strongest players in the 23s. He's so quick, he's so strong, rarely gets beat 1v1. I think Drama and Somerville for me are the 2 the main ones to watch. I think I don't want to build too much pressure on these guys. You know, they're still very young lads. You shouldn't, even though Somerville has been so good, and I'm sitting here and saying he needs to be making the step up. He doesn't have to come into the first team and dislodge Rafinha out of the team. Like, that's not the expectation, you know. But to come on, even for 10, 15 minutes in some games in the Premier League this year, I think it'll do him the world of good. And he seems like quite a confident lad, and like I say, he's already played first team football, so you know he could make an impact. There's a lot of faith shown in him as well. I think, you know, Poveder's on the verge of going out on loan, so there's a real chance for him to start coming off the bench and making an impact.
Yeah, I think, look, and a lot of Leeds fans would prefer him coming off the bench as opposed to a Helder Costa, and that's just facts. It is what it is, you know, regardless of how you feel. That's just where people's are at right now.
Completely forgot about Costa, by the way. Costa
could
be the winger.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
I think Costa and Somerville could play on the wings. There's another young lad that
it's so quick to forget about him, Matty. It's so quick to forget about him.
But we brought in Amari Miller as well. He's another winger. He's in the 23s. Quite an exciting young talent. Really two-footed, direct, likes to shoot. I think he's left-footed, but I honestly couldn't tell you if he's right or left-footed. He's really good on both sides.
Right.
But yeah, he's quite an exciting talent. A winger as well. Probably not quite ready for tomorrow night against Crewe. But yeah,
do you expect them? You know, you mentioned like Lewis Bate and Mari Miller, they're still in their first year. Do you reckon they will stay as is, stay as put? They might be used in the, you know, some of the cup games, but mainly you're looking at those that have been a year, that have been under the BLs and mould, as it were, and what's expected. Like your Drame, your Greenwood, your Geldart, your Somerville, they're the next, you would say, yeah?
Definitely. And that seems to be the model almost. So you've seen players like Gotts, Stevens, McCalmont. You're going back 2 years now. They played under Corberan in the 23s, but they had a year under Bielsa. Then they went out on loan, and it's kind of like you have a year under Bielsa. If you're not pushing the first team, you go out on loan. So yeah,
never to be seen again. Normally, isn't it? Once you go out on loan, that's it. It's game over.
Yeah, it seems to be like that, unfortunately. But you know, I think in Poveder's case, with him already playing a bit of first team football, if he goes out to Blackburn and does really well, he could work his way back in. It's not out of the question. If they were, like you say, it tends to be the case that if you go out on loan, you're not in the plans, and you go out on loan and then you leave permanently. But it's not definitely like that. You know, if Poveder was fully out of the plans, they'd just sell him or release him. So they clearly do see it's not end of the road. It depends how the lads look at it as well. You know, if Poveder sees it as a real opportunity and really wants to get himself back at Leeds, then he'll go out at Blackburn and do really well.
But I think it's key. It's key as well that Leeds United have brought in like a new loan manager and stuff as well. So that might change things up. You know, now.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
We'll have to wait and see. But I think for me, just from a personal standpoint, I know Geldart, Greenwood, a lot spoken about them, but it is Cody Drama for me, the one that I'm most. And listen, I don't watch under 23s a lot, if at all. Sometimes, you know, there's people that do that religiously, like yourself, and I'm so grateful for you to coming on here and sharing, imparting some of your knowledge. And from what I hear, it is Drama for me, and I think he just seems like a seamless transition for when Bill's done. That Drama just slots in there, you know.
It does. And you talk about, I said about Somerville getting sort of faith put on him from Poveda going out on loan. That could be an opportunity. It opens up opportunity for Somerville to be on the bench every single week, and you know all it takes is an injury, and he's suddenly playing in the Premier League. But you know, another sort of show of faith to Drama is not bringing a right back in. I know Shackleton can play there, but up to now, there's only ever been Ayling. Yeah, Dallas can play there, but he's more used elsewhere. Shackleton can play midfield as well. You know, they've not brought a right back in, and they know Drama. They know how good Drama is, and I think just his physicality is what stands him apart from everybody else. He's strong. He enjoys defending. He's a very, very good one-on-one defender. So yeah, I think he's definitely one to keep an eye on this year, along with Somerville as well.
Yeah, great stuff. Good stuff.
Those are the top two for me. I think there's just the very top two, Somerville and Drama, and then sort of below them is Gelhart and Greenwood.
Cool. Thank you very much for that, Matty. Just before I let you go, are you going to the game tomorrow?
Yeah, I am. I'll probably
Yeah, good stuff.
just about get there for kickoff.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff. I'm not going. I'm not making the journey down. I felt a bit bad, when I seen it had sold out. But at least someone will be sat in my seat. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm a little bit skint at the minute, mate. So going down Tuesday night was like, it's
Nah,
yeah,
I know how you feel.
yeah.
I know how you feel.
It is what it is. I've got to save them pennies for the big uns.
I know, mate.
Yeah, but give us your score prediction then, mate, ahead of tomorrow.
Score prediction. We're going to go for a comfortable 2-0.
2-0. I'm going to back you as well. I think that's what mine is as well, mate. I'm going to go 2-0 Leeds United. I'm looking forward to see it. I will be doing a watch along on the channel for those that aren't going to the game and want to view that. So make sure you check that out. Before I let you go then, Matty, tell us a little bit more about what's going on the Twitter page with your new pod. Just give the guys a little bit more information on where they can find you.
Yeah, so it's at LUFC Academy News on Twitter. The name is LUFC Academy Central, and there's a website as well. You can find that via the Twitter page. There's a few pieces on the site already from this season. There's like an Amari Miller player profile. There's a preview from the Palace game. And then there's a couple of videos on the site now. I did an interview with Robbie Gotts last season when he was out on loan. But yeah, to be honest, it's set up as a uni project, and then it's gone down quite well. So I've decided to keep it going and looking to delve into the video side of things. I'm not the best editor, so if you can see past that and give stuff a listen and a watch, hopefully you'll get some insight onto the academy. I plan on getting some people involved who run academy pages on other clubs. So this morning, like I said, I spoke to someone from Tottenham. So big insight into Tottenham, how they're going to play this afternoon and players to watch. And, these guys also have a bit of a knowledge about Leeds. So it's interesting to see who external people see as sort of the next big thing coming through at Leeds. So this guy that I spoke to this morning, for example, he knew a lot about Drama coming from Fulham. He also knew a lot about McGurk and Gelhardt because Tottenham were interested in signing those boys before we got them. Right. So, you'd be surprised what other people have actually taken note of from Leeds. And I think they know that historically it's a big club and it's a club that's proud of its academy. So, hopefully we'll get some good insight from other people over the season and I can continue to get these people on and hopefully the channel and the page will grow even more. So, yeah. But being on here is a good opportunity for me to talk about it, mate. So thank you for having me on.
Honestly, pleasure, mate. Pleasure. And thank you for coming on and sharing your knowledge. And guys, make sure you check out Matty's website, his Twitter page, and also, of course, the video that will be uploaded probably now while we're speaking.
This afternoon,
so yeah, make sure you check it out. We'll put links to everything in the description. We're both going 2-0. But yeah, let me know your score prediction in the comments. Make sure you smash a like on this video. If you're going tomorrow night, have a good one. If not, you can watch me on the Just Joe Football Show. But thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.